What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Celestial Citadel Superheroes. I am here with. I am here with Dr. Rain and the detective.
Hey, how
Hi.
you guys doing?
Yeah,
I got punched by a robot today.
we were
Oh man,
investigating. We were basically investigating the lead from last episode, and Robot just straight up clocked the detective right in the fucking schnoz. So he's
I
basically
lost
wearing. Yeah, he's basically wearing this device that lets him speak, and it kind of makes him sound like a robot.
it. And besides, it turns out modeling your voice and sounding like a robot is actually a lot of fun. Why don't I do all the videos like this?
Because it sounds like shit. It sounds like you're talking through a McDonald's mic.
all right. So about Hephaestus.
I'm high on a bunch of shit
Yeah,
right now. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. When I looked at the arm and noticed there were Greek markings, yeah, boom, the Hephaestus hate boner came in. Yeah, so I went back to Tartarus, to go look for Hephaestus. Turns out he's still there,
Yeah, he's still
and
in prison.
and his robots haven't gotten that advanced.
Someone's trying to throw us off the trail.
It's
Yeah,
yeah.
We don't even know this is
Turns
a
out it
house
wasn't
like
Hephaestus.
yeah.
Turns out it ain't Hephaestus.
Turns out the
So-
sus with the Mo's got a perf owl.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of
something-
CSI.
So something tells me that the villain we're hunting down is a Hephaestus wannabe.
Yeah, or someone who's just really good at technology. I mean, Hephaestus isn't the peak of technology now that you think about it.
Yeah.
Or it's just somebody who has an obsession with Greek stuff. That's why they wrote in Greek. It's not like you have to be a native writer or speaker in order to copy symbols.
True. Oh well. Speaking of which, we decided to go back into the pocket dimension because Dr. Rain insisted on showing us some. Actually showing us around this place.
Well, I insisted on the pocket dimension because right now the outside isn't safe.
Yeah, I guess.
And so yeah, right on that fireplace mantle is a piece of lead.
Hmm.
Yeah, Pops, why don't you pull that down and tell me what you see?
Huh.
That was how we took pictures back in the day.
That is surprising.
Nice.
Old as shit.
Yeah, that was that was me with Kelly, aka wife number one.
Oh yeah, you have had a bunch of wives.
Who I was very sad to have seen pass away.
Yeah, you have had tons of wives, haven't you?
Yeah, about four of them.
Hmm.
Yeah, I still have great grandkids from me and Kelly. Still roaming around. I don't know who they are. Don't know where they are. Don't want to look for them. I mean, they are family, but they don't know me.
My oldest son was born in Alabama. My youngest was covered in hair. The middle one says he's a homosexual. And the other seven gone, I don't know where, and I don't care. I just don't care.
Yeah, I have. The only grandkids who know who I am. We're from wife number three.
Hmm.
She passed away 30 some odd years ago. Missed that one. The grandkids from that marriage, they're in their 90s right now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, and the great grandkids, I believe they have kids now.
Hmm.
Yeah. And before you ask, no, I have not had kids with my current wife.
Hmm.
Yeah, and next to that, next to the lead casting is another one. There's another picture. Pull that down and tell me what you see.
Ugh. It's a nasty infection.
Tim, you say it's an infection. I say that's an infuction. Like, Jesus Christ.
God, it's like herpes could throw up.
It's like if herpes had sex with syphilis and they both got full-blown AIDS.
Yeah, and then that full-blown AIDS proceeded to have a child with gonorrhea. Ugh. Are we making this disgusting enough?
No. He's supposed to tell me what he sees in that picture.
Yeah, that's what I fucking see. It looks disgusting. Why are you showing us this?
I think we grabbed the wrong picture.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. This is from your Vegas years.
No, wrong picture, man.
Yeah, why are you showing us your Vegas years, dude?
It's not the right picture.
All right, hold up, sec.
You really are taking what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas a little too seriously.
Like, seriously, you're not supposed to fucking... Like, you're not supposed to create a whole new disease mixed with alcohol and puke and shit.
Come on, dude, you're not Glenn Quagmire.
So tell me what you see in that picture.
It looks like a lady.
Is that your second wife?
Yeah, that was my second wife, but that was not the right picture. The picture he was supposed to grab, it was a picture of me next to a corpse.
Oh.
It's sparking a little bit.
Why the fuck are you next to a corpse?
That was a picture of me with the first god I ever killed.
Why would you record that?
First time for everything.
Yeah, but why would you record that?
Like,
can't forget your first.
I mean, I took a picture of the first
Did you take a picture of the first time you slept with somebody?
I wish.
Don't, dude.
But cameras were.
That is actually disgusting.
But cameras were way too big to put in the bedroom, man.
Jesus Christ.
Is disgusting.
Oh man.
I don't need to see what you get up to, man.
Yeah, we don't need this.
That's me next to Raijin.
You know what's even worse is that most of these pictures literally all these pictures are framed.
Yeah.
Boy, I love murder.
Yeah, I did a lot.
Yeesh.
I see why you have your living space in a pocket dimension, because who the fuck would want to be here? You know, besides your wife. Wait a minute, your wife doesn't even live in the pocket dimension with you. She literally lives in a fucking she literally lives in a goddamn mansion.
Not really. We live in a ranch style house.
Well, I mean, it's big, so I guess it's technically a mansion.
The basement's big, but not the actual house.
Motherfucker, I walk into that thing and your living room is the size of in your living room could possibly fit a house inside of it.
You have not been to the basement.
Oh yeah, let me guess, the basement's a fucking airplane hangar.
You've never been to the basement, haven't you?
Of course not.
Yeah, that's why I'm making assumptions.
Yeah. Anyways, some Wild West stories.
Wild West? Oh yeah, we were talking to...
Wild West, Desperado.
Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about smaller situations, or basically like some of the older things we've done.
Oh, I got something.
Yeah.
It was a really old case. It was a really old case of charity work I did back before I became a superhero.
All right. What you got?
So I was around like 17 at the time, actually. Hey, this is before I discovered my powers, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But I was living in Chicago, and I was just like wandering around, just minding my own business, generally not giving a shit. And I saw a flyer for like a local youth group. It was like they were like looking for, well, to quote the flyer itself, strong, responsible people that are good with younger kids. So I just thought, what the hell? And like surprisingly, like this, well, I say it's a charity, but like it was a for-profit organization. They were paying me. So I sign up. And I go to the place, and it's like this fucking dingy rat hole, like in between a laundromat and a Chinese restaurant. Which, I mean, hey, lunch was like right around the corner, so that's fine. But at the same time, like the place was very unsanitary, and like I wanted to just constantly ask, why in the fuck are we taking like elementary school kids here? Why are we? What's going on? What the hell is this? Is this like supposed to be some freaking like front for a pedo ring or something? Which surprisingly it wasn't, which like big shocker to me. But just this place was severely mismanaged, and like the other teachers there, like they actually didn't really give a shit about the kids. They just did the bare minimum they could get away with without having to do any actual work and still get paid. And there was only one adult here, and that was like the guy who ran the whole thing. It was I forget what his last name is, but like I remember his first name was John.
John.
Like John something, I don't know. But he was rarely ever there, and like the few times he would just like lightly reprimand the other teachers, but like never actually do anything to hold them accountable and try to get some actual change going. I was the only person there who actually gave a shit about trying to teach these kids, and like it was all right, I guess. It's like I just teach these kids like, hey, like bigotry is bad, and you should be nice to people who don't look like you, and gayness is not something that you should be afraid of. They're just regular ass people. Let them do their thing. And just like very like not knowing how to explain it, but also just like, hey, it's different. That doesn't mean it's bad. You should try to learn.
Hey kids, did you know being gay is cool?
Being gay, it's like it was a very depressing couple of months, and like I'm eventually glad I stopped. Turns out that two of the guys who were working there were also like trying to like do some sort of tax fraud. But, like I'm not entirely sure. I don't miss working at that place.
Hey kids, did you know tax fraud is perfectly legal and the only way to get into heaven?
You sound like that one Japanese Harry Potter looking kid from that one visual novel. Yeah, just without the incel dumb. Alright, that's pretty much it for me. Somebody else go.
Some stuff from your early days.
Alright, so growing up in the Wild West.
Wild West, Desperado.
Yeah. There were a cowboy had two enemies. A jammed gun and tuberculosis. Yeah, back then magic users weren't really as respected. Yeah, my dad grew up during the Salem witch trials.
Yeah,
around
the same time as cowboy shit though. Hold on, I'm gonna look that up.
Like I said, my dad was like a couple 100 years old.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he grew up.
Cowboy times were like 100 years after we came here. So your dad was like 100 when he had you.
Yeah. At least I think he did.
We were still using flintlocks and shit when like the Salem witch trials went down.
Yeah, I know my dad used flintlocks, but we never really talked very much. So growing up.
Yeah, it was like 100.
Yeah, I had
107 years. Okay, never mind. All right, I'm sorry. 15.
growing up in the Wild West, a lot more things could kill you nowadays. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you were prone to, again, jammed guns and tuberculosis. Yeah,
And syphilis.
also other kinds of infections and whatnot.
Like
Yeah,
syphilis.
yeah. Growing up, growing up, it was, yeah, yeah. This was during the first cultural change I had to adapt. Yeah, because but before then, yeah, I was friends with a Native American shaman named Hookla.
Hookla.
Yeah, Hookla.
Hookla!
I thought you said hoopla for a second. I
Yeah,
was about to start referencing. I was about to start referencing the Krusty Krab employee instruction video.
that sure sounds like a lot of hookla!
Yeah, Hookla.
Wrong.
So his name was Hookla. Yeah, I put how his name. I just put how his name was. I just wrote down how his name is pronounced. And so yeah, and he was the first superpowered individual I met who was not a magic user.
Oh, really? What were his powers?
He controlled fire.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah, but then again, he was Native American, so his tribe, had believed some other thing. I forget what it was. So you had the Japanese immigrants who were coming in around the time. Yeah, none of the ones I met had powers whatsoever. None of them were superpowered individuals. It wasn't until about 10 years later did the former slaves start coming to California.
What the fuck was that, detective?
That was my chair.
Man. Yeah, you reckon the chairs in my pocket dimension? Like, I don't
No,
want to
it's
do
my chair
another.
that I brought with me.
You brought an entire fucking chair with you?
Yeah.
I
Then
like my chair.
why'd you bring your whole ass chair? We got nice comfy couches.
I like my chair.
God, he's gonna bring his whole fucking living room next.
Oh my.
I like my look. I find comfort in my own stuff. Let me bring it with me. I did not come here to be judged by you.
And yet you are being judged by us.
Yeah. All right. So back
I'm
to
gonna attach this
the.
vocoder to my ass and you're gonna hear what a fucking fart sounds like out of this.
All right. Now back to the first black guy I ever met.
Hey, yo, what?
It was around that time. Black people started coming to California. At the time, they weren't considered African Americans yet. They were just former slaves. So it was still a wee bit racist, but up until that point, I had never met a black person, let alone even seen a black person.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. He too was a superpowered individual.
Awesome.
Yeah, his slave name was, I believe, Samuel. But but the name he was given in Africa was Abdullah Osas.
Hmm.
But actually, it was Abdul Osas. I forget what that name means, but he never had a last name. He was just called Abdul Osas.
Hmm.
And his power was geomancy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Before he was kidnapped by slave traders, he used his geomancy to build huts for his village.
Hmm. I've always wanted,
Yeah,
I always
I
wanted
asked.
to understand geomancy. You just like control the ground with magic and stuff like that.
Same way you
Uh,
control ice.
Oh,
I mean, I can do elemental magic. I know how geomancy's done.
Is elemental magic like okay? Because I never because like you guys are like the more elemental magic focused guys. I don't have powers like that. Does elemental magic and the Nancy stuff like is Nancy a form of magic or is it like some form of psychic ability like telepathy or something?
Oh, Mancy
There's
basic. Okay, I
You're
think.
literally a radar that functions on booze.
Yeah, well, I think I can break it down for you. Magical abilities and powers that control elements and whatnot actually use magical energy, whereas psychic abilities specifically are 100% controlled by the brain and release a completely different wavelength. This is why there are casinos that have psychic ability, like literally have powers that can detect psychic abilities, but they can't pick up on magical abilities because those are two different sets of powers. Psychic abilities are basically someone's brain is powerful enough to manipulate the world around them. Magical abilities mean someone can control the energies of the world around them.
So Mancy and kinesis are two different things. Then.
Yes.
Okay.
Although for some dumbass reason,
So
science.
are you a cryokinetic or a cryokin? Are you a cryomancer or a cryokinetic?
I'm a cryokinetic. I have the psychic ability to control ice.
Okay.
Although for
It's
some
not-
dumbass reason,
So that makes Dr. Rain a mancer then.
yeah,
Yeah, that wasn't.
Why don't you call yourself that, the mancer?
that's taken. I mean,
So what? So wouldn't that mean the detective's alcoholic radar would be considered kinetic?
Alcohol kinetic.
I don't.
For the sake of documentation, let's just say it is. Although really, I have no idea what the fuck it even is.
Yeah, I haven't been able to scientifically figure out what it is either.
I'd be able to magically figure out what that is, but that's for another time. So, anyways, is how I learned how to hone my powers. Yeah, yeah. I had a cold single action army.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I first discovered my powers, I was just shooting. I was practicing shooting my gun one day, and a lightning bolt just came out. And my dad saw this, and he was like, "Holy shit, my son's got powers!"
Oh my god.
Yeah. He got real excited and whatnot. So yeah, he taught me basically everything he ever knew, and told me, "Hey, yeah, since you're a sorcerer like me, you're going to get into some of the weirdest of situations possible." I had to save a couple witches from being burnt at the stake. He was talking to me about the Salem witch trials. And told and that was also how I learned that when a body is being burned at the stake, your eyes literally melt out of your sockets.
Well, yeah, the
Yeah,
eyes
yeah,
are.
it was I was about 15, 16 at the time. And I saw somebody cough up blood, so hearing about how eyes literally melt out of your sockets when your whole body's burning, and that didn't that I just played it as normal horrible occurrences. Yeah. Did you know that some magic users have a spectral form?
A spectral form.
It's
Oh, no.
my dad never had one, but he did tell me my grandpa had one. And apparently it skips a generation because I have a spectral form too. Yeah, in fact, I have a picture that my hand turns skeletal and and glows has blue flames that glow sky blue. Yeah, yeah. In fact, your grandpa, Pops, he took a picture of it. During the one and only time I took him with me on a god-killing mission. Yeah, yes, he witnessed me do a Mortal Kombat brutality on some low-level god that I can't remember his name.
Cool. Nice to know my granddad, at least got to help you kill a god.
He was traumatized afterwards. Like he literally saw me rip out his spinal cord.
Oh, so that's why he became so goddamn brutal later on.
Yeah, I think he took after me. And so now, about Hephaestus. I first fought, when I first fought him back in 1983, fighting him was like, playing COD Zombies. Except the zombies were steampunk mechanized bots that moved frantically like zombies.
So, the automatons from Wonder City, from Batman Arkham City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you actually get to fight those things, too, in the Harley Quinn's Revenge DLC. They are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, mostly because you're playing as Harley fucking Quinn.
No, you don't play as Harley Quinn in Harley Quinn's Revenge. You play as Robin.
Oh, shit, I'm stupid. I don't know why I thought you played
you
as
play
Harley Quinn.
You play as Harley Quinn in Arkham Knight.
Ah, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, at least that one was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, your grandpa was with me too, and when I was about to go kill Hephaestus, he was like, don't kill this. Insert N-word here. Yeah. So I was like, what am I? What else do you expect I do with him? He's going. He's a god. I have orders to kill gods. He was like, just think of something, man. That brutality you pulled on that other one was traumatizing. Like, really? You want some ice cream? Come on, it's what I do. We were in an argument for about 5 minutes, and I was like, fuck it. Yeah, opened up a portal under him, and I opened up a portal underneath Hephaestus and just watched him fall into Tartarus.
Why were you after Hephaestus? Like, I mean, you were given orders, but why specifically? Was it just because he was making robots?
It was the same problem we have today.
Oh.
Yeah, his automatons were all over the place, causing havoc and whatnot.
Yeah, but what we're dealing with aren't automatons. They were, like, big-ass, like... Well, not big-ass, but they're like robots that take on the form of other heroes.
Yeah. That's why I call this villain a more advanced Hephaestus. Yeah. Yeah, in fact, speaking of Hephaestus, your grandpa took a picture of me in my spectral form.
Oh, really?
I'm not seeing anything in this picture, though. He just took a picture of open space. You're supposed to be in this.
Yeah, you should see, like, little blue flames.
Well, it is a spectral form, so it's probably not comprehensible to the naked eye.
You have to... Stuff like on another realm of existence entirely.
Oh, wait, hold on. Your grandpa took that one by mistake. Yeah, you have to take pictures of spectral forms with enchanted cameras.
Oh.
Look at that other one.
You look like Jacob Marley.
He does look like Jacob Marley.
Dude, did you jaw fall off and you had to talk by slapping yourself in the face a bunch?
That's not really what I was supposed to look like. I was supposed to look like the Ghost Rider, except my eyes or my flames were sky blue.
It's like if Jacob...
Your Jacob Marley is the fucking spirit of vengeance. Get off it.
I mean, it's cool, but like
Yeah.
now I can't not see Jacob Marley.
Fuck you, detective.
Yeah.
All
Don't
right.
threaten me with a good time.
Death by snoo snoo. Death by snoo snoo.
I mean, I'll shapeshift into a woman and give you a hella good time. Yes,
Hey,
I can
yo.
do that.
Hey,
Yes,
yo.
I can do that. Have I done it
Hey,
before?
yo.
Have I shapeshifted into a woman before? Yes, I have.
Hey,
That's a story.
yo.
Yeah. It was for an espionage mission. That's a story for
Dr.
another
Rain
time.
is gender fluid confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being gender fluid, it's yeah. You're still whatever you consider yourself.
Hmm.
Yeah. I consider myself a guy, so I'm a guy. That's
Okay.
that.
At least you understand it.
Yeah. Yeah, it took me a while to understand that culture, that part of culture, when that started becoming a thing.
It's always been a thing, man.
Yeah, one of the many cultural changes, yeah, I've had to adapt to over my lifetime.
Yeah, even though these things have always been a thing, they just probably didn't have like proper names and shit.
Or wasn't as respected.
Some cultures did. Like they had like phrases about it. Like I know the Greeks had a thing where
Yeah,
in like the idea of
say-
soulmates. It's like
I was gonna say, didn't the Egyptians have that same thing as well?
I don't know, but like just like they had something that was like the idea of soulmates because you were literally created off from the same being that you could refer to someone else by your own name and they'd still respond to it as if you called out theirs. Call me by your name, so to speak.
Call me by your name.
No, really, that song sounded a lot more philosophically implicit, didn't it?
Yeah.
My name is
Yeah.
Joseph, for damn sake.
Yeah, that's what I love now. Is he's a pretty smart guy.
Yeah, he's a very smart fella. And
He's a
detective,
very
you're a fart smeller.
fuck you. This
Pops,
domicile I will not be harassed.
Pops. As soon as he told you "fuck you," you're supposed to say, "Nah, I'm good."
I could be into that though.
Fuck you. Nah, I'm
Get
good.
my office tech.
Don't make it gay. You sound gay. Oh my god. So yeah. Now fighting Hephaestus. Of course, it was back in '83, so insert your typical badass '80s synthwave track here. It took me. The guy kept summoning waves upon waves upon waves upon waves of that shit.
Of synthwaves?
He said no, automatons.
Oh right. I think we kind of got lost. Well, I got a little lost in the conversation.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. I had. Yeah. My gun, which had enchanted magazine to make the thing have infinite capacity. Yeah. Yeah. The thing. Yeah. I killed so many of them. My gun was overheating every 5 seconds. I had to. Yeah. Yeah, but then of course, my dumbass in my spectral form kept forgetting, hey, you can enchant that shit to make it stay cool. Make it stay ice cold.
Why don't you just enchant it to fucking fire infinite bullets?
Infinite magazine capacity.
Yeah, I mean, that's something you have to spend an incredible amount of time trying to earn in fucking Call of Duty, but you're magic, you can just make that happen.
Yeah, and I did. That's how I got Hephaestus.
America, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this was in the '80s, so I had an MC. I had what we would call nowadays an AR-15. with an underbarrel pump shotgun.
Hmm.
That whenever I
Actually,
fired it, it fired shockwaves.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, I was right. So I was hopped on an air ball. Flying around on that air ball, just training the automatons like how you would zombies in Call of Duty. It was like, blah, blah, blah.
I still find it weird that that like a 300-year-old wizard is describing things with Call of Duty as terminology.
Hey, but cultural changes came adaptability.
Yeah.
Morpheus got me into video games in the mid '80s.
Um,
Yeah, I had an NES with Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt.
yeah, one of those combo cards.
Yeah, yeah. He also took me to arcades.
Hmm.
Morpheus was a real nerd, even though he was a couple hundred years old himself.
I'm pretty sure like that's gonna happen if you spend most of your time staying in people's minds in the first place.
Yeah,
You start
like,
becoming like them. He became a nerd through like spiritual osmosis, basically.
hmm.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, like he
Yeah,
absorbed the nerdiness into his body. That's how nerds work. We find people who aren't nerds and then we infect them. We're like a virus that can't be stopped. One of us. One of us.
One of
One
us.
of us.
One of us. One of us.
Although I
yeah,
will be dead serious, it is kind of funny that Dr. Rain was, genuinely wrong about the whole Hephaestus thing, and you were proud of that idea. Like, you genuinely believed that Hephaestus was responsible for that fuck shit, only to be revealed that it wasn't.
yeah. Because that kind of work can only be done by a god.
Motherfucker, I fight people who make robot armies on the fucking mostly monthly basis. Hephaestus is not the only person who is capable of creating a robot army. Like, do you know how many other magical users? Ugh.
Humans are caught up.
Like, Hephaestus may have been like one of the smartest, most advanced motherfuckers of our time, but if he was out of Tartarus and he spent like 10 years with modern day technology, he would be physically unstoppable. He would be able to create 50 of the Celestial Citadels. He is a god of technology and craftsmanship, and he hasn't had any type of update on what his technological prowess is, because he hasn't even been allowed to read a modern engineering book. Of course it's not going to be Hephaestus, because if it was, it would just look like his old ass automatons. Just saying.
Damn, you got real passionate there.
I did get passionate because I fight motherfuckers who make robots all the time, which, quick side note, villains, if you're going to make robots, don't have them do one fucking thing. Every time I go up against like a robotic army of some sort, they will give these robots cool as shit designs only for them to just stand in one place and shoot or punch once. Like, motherfuckers,
You mean
what the shit?
like that one guy that you fought who made like a legion of death robots, but he built their fucking self-destruct buttons on their feet?
No, that was... Motherfucker, do I look like a platypus to you? Don't answer that.
You dress like one.
Oh, yeah, because platypuses in real life are blue.
Oh man.
Do people get the reference yet?
Oh man.
I think they do, but anyway, when it comes down to it, I fought this guy who made in fact, I still fight villains who make robots, but like the whole thing is that they usually don't code their robots to know how to actually fight. They don't code their robots to understand like complex shit. Like, it literally, like, feels like they code the robots to do one thing and one thing only. Like, they're over glorified turrets or punching bags half the time. And I'm over here like, motherfucker, you have robots, the most adaptable fucking henchman or goon in the entire goddamn world, but no! You just want to make them do one fucking thing because you think, oh, like, it's a waste of time to code this robot you gave fully articulating joints to do more than one fucking... This is why I hate fighting robots. This is why I hate fighting fucking robots. Because you expect to get, like, an actually interesting or fun fight, and it's literally like you just punch it and it goes down. Sick of this shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I one time tried to use the Storm Shadow method in order to take down a robot. All I did was just it really banged up the back of my hand.
Well, it's not like you have super strength, you just have super drunkenness.
Neither did Storm Shadow, yet he was able to take down a tank by knocking on it 3 times. Fucking ninjas and weird ass shit.
Speaking of gaming, I started playing Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, really?
Nice.
How are you enjoying it?
Took you this long to play
it? It's really reminding me of the WoW back when I was growing up.
Yeah, you had to stop yourself before I started quoting Will Smith again.
No one's saying I can't quote Will Smith. Because I'm a
Hey,
badass cowboy looking for the wicked west side. Wicked west, finna save Selma Hayek from the giant mechanical spider. I swear to God, that movie could have actually been a lot cooler if it really was just a straight up sci-fi western.
Instead of just like trying to be a western and then failing miserably at the very end.
Exactly, like, we don't have many sci-fi westerns. I'd like more sci-fi westerns. Like, some dude, like, using a giant mechanical spider to fucking take over the White House. That's a cool idea.
Give us Cowboys versus Aliens, except make it actually good.
I keep forgetting Cowboys and Aliens even fucking existed.
Oh, that one with Daniel Craig that nobody watched?
I watched, like, maybe 3 minutes of that when it first came out, and I'm just like, yeah, no, this shit is ass.
Yeah, I only have a vague memory of Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could you have a vague memory? You were right there. Hey, yo.
Yeah. All I remember is it had Daniel Craig. That's it.
Didn't you live with the Cowboys and Aliens?
No, bad joke. No.
Yeah, boy.
All right, so I'm wondering now, what if Hephaestus learned from the works of Leonardo da Vinci?
Leonardo da Vinci?
Yeah, da
Wouldn't it be
Vinci.
the other way around?
I mean, technically no, since Hephaestus was like the most, like, he was the most powerful engineer of his time. So obviously when new engineering concepts and ideas would show up, he'd have to learn them in order to get better, in order to get good, if not better at them.
You can only like improve off of what came before, though.
Well, yeah, obviously, but like the dude hasn't, like, again, I fully believe that, like, in order for somebody to improve, they need to know, like I feel like because Hephaestus has been trapped in Tartarus for the longest time, he hasn't had the chance to, like, catch up on how engineering is done today. So, like, I'm pretty sure when he figures out that the same people who make washing machines also make fucking military assault guns on planes, he's gonna be like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. You know, one rotates to clean things, one rotates to, you know, to evaporate. You know, to clean people. It's a difference.
General Motors, right?
Yeah, General Motors.
Damn.
Yeah. Do you know with the A-10 Warthog, one company made the plane, and the other company made the actual gun that goes in the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah. If Florida Man was a plane.
If Florida Man was a plane.
Florida man.
does whatever bullshit he does. Gets on the news, we see it. Holy shit.
He's in a Kia.
Florida man. Is he a mess or is he depressed?
Florida
I knew there
man.
was a Florida man. Florida man.
One
He's
of the
Ohio
best-
man.
One of the best mythical creatures I've ever fought. The Florida man. Oh man.
Again, a fight.
Yeah.
Florida wins. Florida man.
All right, Pops. Yeah, you got something to tell us?
Oh, I mean about my early days.
Yeah, tell us about your early days, Pops.
My early days were kind of, you know, they're kind of iffy for the most part. Because again, I was a teenage hero. That was my whole thing. I spent most of my time basically doing shit as a kid. But I guess I'd have to say that one of my like first big one of the first big things that I did when I was definitely, you know, like a younger individual was when I went out of my way to, well, when I tried to stop a villain who was trying to absolutely destroy an entire, you know, low income neighborhood because the people there refused to sell their houses. Dude was basically pulling a fucking Lex Luthor and was like, free real estate. And I'm like, motherfucker, you can't just blow up people's houses because they don't want to sell them to you. And he's like, technically I legally can, because if any type of freak accident happens, then the city can default to a fucking property owner. And I'm like, motherfucker, these people live here. You can't just destroy their fucking houses and expect me to not curb stomp you into the fucking ground. And like, what makes this even worse?
Well, you did.
Huh?
And so you proceeded to do so.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, motherfucker, like, the biggest issue this is when I started to realize, because as a kid, I kind of had this idea that most villains, like, most people who were villains, they were doing it because, oh, they were hurt, or, oh, they went through some shit, and that's because the first criminals I took down were gang members. I used to specifically try and clean up my neighborhoods of gang members because I was not a fan, and I'm still not a fan of gangs. I think they're a cancer that the black community needs to cut out sooner rather than later. But the main reason why as I got older, I started to realize that the main reason why I would see, like, many people in gangs in the first place was because a lot of black kids, and a lot of kids in general, would just get indoctrinated into thinking that. And I kind of started feeling more sympathetic for gang members, because when I was younger, I thought all gang members were just fucking terrible pieces of shit individuals who didn't know, who were just either being stupid or being, like, overall idiotic. Grow up, realize most of them were just kids who got indoctrinated into a shitty life and didn't know where else to go. Which leads me to, like...
That was what your grandpa used to do.
My grandpa used to hate gang members, or he fought them?
He used to hunt down gang members. Yeah,
who do you think got me into the idea of beating the shit out of gang members in the first place?
Yeah.
And I still...
Speaking of that, hey, what's up, Michael?
He's dead.
So your grandpa's not dead.
You talking to his fucking ghost, dude.
Yes, because when my grandfather figured out that there was an afterlife, he will come back randomly just to fuck with our family. At first we were actually terrified, and then, you know, we decided to just stop giving a shit, because why the fuck are you harassing us, man? Go back to heaven or purgatory or wherever the fuck he ended up. I don't really know. I stopped caring 2 years ago.
His ghost is still here. Still freezing people's hands off?
Hey,
is it time for you to go back?
Hey, tell my granddad if he can use his ghostly abilities to find out where the fuck I put my goddamn 2DS XL. I lost that shit a long ass time ago, and I still can't figure out where the fuck it was. Oh well. Anyway,
Hey,
back
find
to
your
my
grandkids CDS.
anyway.
No?
You
Okay.
can hear. You don't need to say it all the time.
Yeah, like we can hear him.
No, I mean like he can hear you.
Mm.
The ghost can hear you. We don't need Rain. You don't need to be shouting at him the whole time.
Yeah.
Ghosts don't really hear that well.
Oh well. Anyway, back to my story, or back to what I was saying. Basically, the whole idea.
Oh, Michael.
Can you let him tell his damn story, please?
Seriously.
And
Rude.
there we go. He's gone. All right. Go on, Pops.
Fucking Ghostbuster ass. Anyway, basically, obviously this was obviously, as I was trying to say, like around the time that I was like going up against like actual bigger criminals who were trying to use the legal system to fuck with people, I came to the very slow but very heartbreaking conclusion that no, some motherfuckers are they're just shit. They are just absolutely fucking shit people who deserve to get their absolute fucking like literally just to they deserve to get the absolute shit kicked out of them, like entirely.
We need to stop a mud hole in their ass, and so we're wearing socks made of dried shit.
Exactly. And what makes it even worse is that I never in a million years I had never in a million years considered killing somebody before until that moment. That was like the first time I ever considered killing someone because unfortunately I have a no kill rule due to legal reasons, but I wish I fucking didn't sometimes. And I don't get why people are just obsessed with the idea of heroes never killing. Because I'm sorry, if you're perfectly fine with police officers and soldiers killing, you should be perfectly fine when a superhero does it, especially to someone who is known for hurting innocent people consistently. Just saying that. But no, my grandma would get pissed off. My grandma, my mom, and my uncle would get all pissed off at me if I even brought up the concept of killing some of these guys. And then I figure out on the news later that these same jackasses who almost blew up our neighborhood got away scot-free, or they escaped from prison because, oh yeah, these are rich bastards. They have the money to just break out of prison and escape legal problems. In fact, one of the actual first real supervillains, not like just someone abusing the law or something, but like an actual supervillain I went up against, his name was the Living Inferno. Cool name, not gonna lie, really badass name. But the thing is that his whole thing is that he's basically like, he was mutated by the company he worked for into controlling into literally controlling like actual fucking like flames and shit. They were trying to create this like synthetic skin suit that if you wore it could give you control over, like a specific, or it could basically give you control over a element. And unfortunately his thing kind of got out of control a little bit, and he basically was like, hey, can you get me out of the suit? I need to get out of the suit. I mean, I'm gonna die if I don't get out of this fucking suit. And these bastards left him in the fucking suit. They left him in there, and lo and behold, it malfunctioned. And instead of taking the suit off of him and paying for his surgery, the bastards, the bitches and bastards, just absolutely kept the shit on him just so that they could see what would happen. Just so that they could see what would happen and basically use him as a guinea pig. So I had to show up and stop him from literally burning down the office he used to work in and burning down the people who, were there. And I felt bad stopping him because I'm like, dude, like, yeah, no, I feel terrible. You're basically a living flame and you can't turn it off. He's currently in prison right now, like, just literally in prison, stuck in the equivalent of a fucking icebox, literally a goddamn freezer, all because of a freak accident that he can't even file any legal shit about because, criminal shit. The company itself is, technically gone, but, the military bought it, so, ugh. So they're probably still paying those same fuckers. So, yeah. It is. It is annoying as shit. Like, I genuinely hate everything, like, about this fucking bullshit ass Sigimation. Pisses me off. That's really the main crux I'm trying to say here. When I was young, it was mostly just me learning how fucked the world is, and I just can't, like, a lot of the time I really just can't deal with a lot of this shit. At least I couldn't as a kid, and because I was a teen hero, it took me a while to sort of get adjusted to the idea that bad people do exist and are monstrous individuals, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean the world as a whole I should let, bring me down or something. Like, being a teen superhero taught me a lot, but it also taught me that I was too young for a lot of the shit that I was doing because I was very fucking impulsive, and my greatest impulse, or the greatest impulse I needed to control, was whether or not I wanted to actually kill these motherfuckers. Because I swear to God, I really wanted to just put a lot of these assholes down. But I couldn't do it. Couldn't fucking do it. I guess that's like the biggest lesson that I guess it's like one of the biggest lessons that fucking being a teen hero taught me, because when I dealt with my first few villains, I had a lot of shit to deal with. Yeah.
Wow, this is a way to leave things off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get to
I can
this villain who keeps making these damn androids.
Yeah. Well,
any leads on who this person might be?
I mean, I don't. I thought the Mechanist was still in high security prison.
Yeah, she could have gotten out.
Yeah, she could have.
Yeah, she's crafty.
All right, I guess we can check around to see, but it would be funny as shit if it would be funny as shit if it was actually the Mechanist this whole time and she did just get out of prison. In fact, let's check all the
fun to face off again. She's like a funny villain.
Yeah, in fact, let's actually check a lot of the prison records on the more recent, like, mechanical-based superheroes, so we can try and figure out who this could potentially be.
Right.
Yeah, like the closest thing I can do to mechanized things is using geomancy to make golems.
Yeah, and you're not even good at that.
Yeah. You have to be Jewish in order to be able to summon good golems.
Wait, is that like an actual thing?
Golems are from Jewish mythology.
Well, yeah, I get golems are from Jewish mythology.
You know that?
I mean, I kinda did. I just,
I'm like half joking. I'm not actually sure if that's really correct.
Yeah, cause I heard that somewhere. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick.
There's a Jewish superhero who is a geomancer, and he makes some really strong golems.
Yeah.
He once held up like a falling skyscraper once. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is from Jewish folklore, which were created usually with clay or mud, and basically the whole idea is that they're supposed to protect Jewish people.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hey, we didn't get murdered this month. Let's get fucking drunk.
Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. I just thought of something.
It's like half their holidays. It's like, we didn't die this week. Let's get drunk.
Yeah.
Honestly, mood.
I just thought of something. Iron golems protect villagers in Minecraft. Villagers are very money hungry and cheap, and they have big noses.
Don't even go there. Don't go there, please.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
Yeah. You're gonna get us fucking canceled, dude. I swear to God.
I'm just saying. Notch has said some anti-Semitic things here and there.
Oh, so you're not being anti-Semitic. You're calling Notch anti-Semitic. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, but again, yeah. I don't fully know if he is. I just think that's just a lot like some stuff that people said, or people just made that connection a while ago.
I wanted to write a story, and I was going to portray the Minecraft villagers as basically Jewish, just they changed the name of a couple things. And then there was the protagonist who could be like, "Hey, that sounds a lot like some people I know in the real world." It's like, "Oh, what are they like?" Well, they're kind of like you, except they got cell phones.
Yeah, nice. Oh well. Thank you all so much for listening to this episode of Celestial Citadel Superheroes. And hopefully next time we have this bitch or bastard caught, and we can get back to our regularly scheduled lives of beating ass and fucking our wives.
And me getting back to teaching.
Yeah, you got to get back to that gig, man.
Yeah, you really like teaching. Actually, I kind of noticed that you really do like teaching.
That's a good thing to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I retired from kicking ass years ago. Gotta do something else.
Yeah, but I did not expect you to love teaching so much.
Me neither. Even my wife is surprised.
She's like, damn, you told me you didn't even want kids. Now you're over here teaching all of them? Maybe I can change your mind. Oh, well.
I mean, she is in her late 20s, so it's not too late.
She's in her late 20s and you're hundreds of years old. Someone's totally going to have a problem with that for no good reason.
You know, while we were having this conversation, I was playing Yakuza 0.
Yeah, I mean...
And I keep getting my fucking ass kicked by...
I mean, there are young men who would date older women.
Yeah, but for some strange reason, that's okay.
Yeah, there's a term for that. I think it's called hag maxing. Hag maxing, something like that. Anyways, yes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to this episode. Thank you and good night.
Bye.
While you guys are doing that whole thing, goodbye.